Hello, thank you for joining me. It's Tuesday the 18th of July. I'm using my Crystal Tarot here. I'm going to pick 2 cards for a reading. So, how was the new moon for you? I've saw a lot of social media that people were feeling a bit strange. I know there's a lot going on astrologically at the moment. So, if you can't quite put your finger on what's wrong, then maybe have a look to the universe and maybe some of the changes that are taking place are affecting you a little bit. Who knows? Right, I've got 2 cards that just dropped out. So let's go with those 2 and see what we've got. Right, we've got the 3 of what? No, we haven't. We've got the 3 of Pentacles and we've got the 10 of Wands. Now, because I'm using my Crystal Tarot, I'm going to tell you what crystals these are in the book, written by Philip Permut, the Crystal Healer. So, 3 of Pentacles is melanite, which you can just see in the ground there, can't you? It will help heal emotional wounds and keep harmful feelings at bay. And then we've got the 10 of Wands. Now, that looks like a beautiful... it's an orange colour, so I'm wondering if it's something like carnelian. I can never remember. I've got terrible memory. So let's see what it is. Orange calcite. Well, I've got some orange calcite. I have to say it's one of my favourite crystals. It can't fail to kind of bring your mood up a little bit. What does he say about orange calcite? Will calm you and focus your energy. Oh, that's interesting, because when I got the 10 of Wands come out there, I immediately got a message come through about just once and for all letting go of stuff. And I know we say that a lot, you know, let go of what doesn't serve you, tra-la-la-la-la. But I really do feel like the energy that's in this card, and we're talking about the orange calcite and focusing our energy, where do we use our energy where it really, really isn't helpful? You know, we can all get a little bit tired and a little bit worn out. And I do kind of get the sense that a lot of us are maybe feeling like we're doing a lot of plate spinning at the moment, doing lots of different things. Funnily enough, July, it can feel quite exhausting because we're almost at the point where we perhaps have a break, have a summer holiday or something, but we're not quite there. And I do really feel like collectively there's a lot of people talking about either feeling like they've run out of steam or feeling like they've just got too much going on or feeling a little bit stuck. As I said about taking too much on, my alarm came on to remind me that I had to do something else. So that's quite funny. So my video cut out. So apologies for that. Okay, so there's really an idea here that, you know, imagine these 10 wands, write down everything that you have to do at the moment. What are your responsibilities? Where do you need to be? Where do you need to focus your attention and your energy? You know, if you're writing pages and pages of stuff, or if you haven't even really got time to write a list of them, then that's very telling, isn't it? I love the fact orange calcite's in here though, because I do feel like that is a real glowing stone of just happiness and just bringing joy into our lives and bringing a bit of oomph back into our lives when we're feeling a little bit depleted. So I feel for this message today, even though it's the 10 of Wands, which can signify burdens, I really am sort of tuning in on the energy of the crystal that's incorporated with this card and kind of feeling that it's within all of us the capability to drop stuff that's making us feel heavy and feel lighter. We can all do that. And it may be by, you know, a huge change in your daily events, or it might just be saying, no, sorry, I haven't got time for that today. No. Or I'm not going to have my phone glued to me at the moment because I'm concentrating on something else. It's funny how so many things take our attention away. I noticed recently social media can be quite draining. And I've seen a couple of people that have taken a complete break from them because it's just taking up too much time. I usually do like a weekly written article on my website, and I haven't done that for a few weeks just because I haven't had the time to do it. And, you know, I feel like there's an element of self-care in there, that as much as I love giving out readings, you know, these ones on the YouTube and the articles that I write, sometimes if I've got to prioritise, it's got to be prioritised for me. So occasionally I don't get round to those. Okay, so I've also got the Three of Pentacles. I love the fact that we've got these aloe vera plants in these pentacles, because, I don't know if you can see, but just out of shot there, I've got a couple of aloe vera plants. And I do love their healing element that they bring into this. I always feel like when you've got the pentacles stacked up on these this particular deck, there's always the aloe veras, and their roots are kind of grounding and nurturing round where you wouldn't necessarily see. And that is often the case. I want to talk about healing and those things that perhaps we should do that we don't do. So where these roots are supporting the growth of these pentacles, I feel like the emphasis I want to talk about today is those invisible things that we could perhaps do to help our growth. And one thing that's really shouting out at me as a message, and this is a random thing to say, are you drinking enough water? So when there's new moons and full moons, we're always told to keep ourselves hydrated. There is a lot of stuff going on in the universe at the moment. We're just about to go into Venus retrograde, moving to Leo season. We've got the lunar nodes moving into different signs, which is something that some of you may know a little bit about. But I just feel these invisible things that we do, the drinking of the water, getting enough rest, getting enough sleep, looking after ourselves. And I feel like the aloe vera is here as well to remind us of healing. But I feel that's particularly important and something that we're going to really need to focus on if we want to grow. Now, the Three of Pentacles traditionally is about manifesting things that we want to do. So growing our kind of, you know, our projects and, you know, things that we want to achieve. You might be looking to buy a house. You might be looking to start a career. But none of these things can happen if you actually feel exhausted and worn out and that you're not looking after yourself. You're not going to be at the top of your game going through paperwork or learning something new, or, you know, if you're the new person in a job and you're trying to be like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and not feel, even if you're a bit out of your comfort zone, there is that element that you've really got to look after yourself if you're hoping to grow in your world in some way. So I feel like this is a combined message about really tapping into your energy and seeing what can be taken away, and then not using that energy to just, you know, on other people or other things. Really going back to basics and looking after ourselves on a very basic level: water, sleep, good food, rest, good company, nothing, you know, no toxic people or substances, you know, all that kind of thing. Just to help get ourselves in a really good, solid, stable growth position for moving forward. So yeah, I feel like this is a real calling to look after ourselves on many different levels. But the reason is because we're starting something very, very new at the moment, which is what I feel like that new moon in Cancer that we had yesterday was hailing. You know, it's a new era. Like I say, the lunar nodes have moved as well. So have a look at that if that's something that interests you with astrology and the significance of that. But we're on a new pathway now. and we need to be the top of our game. So I hope that helped. I hope that made sense to you. But please do take that message, because I say I'm still getting it shouted now. Drink more water, keep yourselves hydrated, because that can just be the basis of whether we feel well or not. So if there's lots of new exciting things happening, make sure that you do that today. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. I'll be back again tomorrow with another reading. Bye for now.